At 95 years old, in an age where most legends have long since left the stage, Clint Eastwood is standing behind the camera one last time, directing what is being called his final film. With a career spanning 7 decades, he has become more than an actor or a director. He is a Mount Rushmore figure in American cinema, a symbol of quiet strength and uncompromising vision. But despite a filmography of nearly 100 movies, there remains one project from his past that he has famously and stubbornly refused to ever watch again. A hit film from 1970 that holds a secret he has kept for over 50 years. Why does this one movie still haunt a legend who seems to fear nothing? The answer reveals a hidden side of the icon, a story of clashing egos, creative frustration, and a profound discomfort that has never faded. And as it turns out, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Clint Eastwood's life has been filled with shocking secrets, bitter betrayals, and a hidden family life that would rival any Hollywood script. Before, he was the myth. Clint Eastwood was a product of pure grit. He was born during the Great Depression. His early life was one of constant movement, following his father from town to town in search of work. He took on a series of rugged odd jobs: lumberjack, steelworker, gas station attendant, that would later inform the authenticity of his on-screen personas. His time in the U.S. Army during the Korean War was marked by a little-known brush with death. He was a passenger on a Navy bomber that ran out of fuel and crashed into the Pacific Ocean. He and the pilot swam over a mile through freezing dark waters to safety. This survival story became an early, unpublicized chapter in a life defined by quiet resilience. When he arrived in Hollywood, executives didn't know what to do with him. They told him his Adam's apple was too big, he spoke too slowly, and he had a chipped tooth. The very traits that would one day define his iconic stoicism were seen as flaws to be fixed. His big break came as Rowdy Yates in the long-running TV western, Rawhide. But it was his trip to Italy to work with a little-known director named Sergio Leone that changed everything. The Dollars trilogy, a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more, and the good, the bad, and the ugly transformed him from a TV cowboy into a global superstar. But as his star rose in public, a secret life began to form in the shadows. In 1953, he married his first wife, Maggie Johnson. Yet, while still married, he began a secret 14-year affair with a stint woman named Roxanne Tunis. In 1964, now this secret relationship produced his first child, a daughter named Kimber. For over 20 years, Kimber's existence was completely hidden from the public, the first of many secrets in a tangled family web. As Eastwood became the face of gritty justice on screen with his role as Inspector Harry Callahan in the Dirty Harry series, his private life was becoming a labyrinth of its own. In 1975, he began a relationship with actress Sondra Locke, who would become his partner both on and off screen for the next 14 years. They were a Hollywood power couple, making 6 films together, and to the public, they were inseparable. But their entire relationship was built on a shocking foundation of deceit. During his time with Locke, Eastwood was secretly involved with a flight attendant named Jocelyn Reeves. This hidden affair produced 2 more children, a son, Scott, born in 1986, and a daughter, Catherine, born in 1988. Unbeknownst to the world, and to Sondra Locke, Clint Eastwood was now a father of at least 4 children, with 3 of them living completely in the shadows. The end of Clint and Sondra's relationship was not just a breakup. It was a brutal, public war that exposed a ruthless side to the stoic star. In 1989, while Locke was away directing her first film, Eastwood had the locks changed on their Baylor home and had her belongings boxed up and put in storage. The bitter separation led to 2 explosive lawsuits. Locke first sued him for palimony. After they reached a settlement, she sued him again for fraud. She claimed that as part of their settlement, Eastwood had arranged a directing deal for her at Warner Brothers. Deal she alleged was a complete sham, designed to get her to drop the first lawsuit, with the studio having no real intention of ever hiring her. The case exposed the darker side of Hollywood power plays and left a permanent stain on Eastwood's carefully crafted public image. Even as his personal life descended into public chaos, his professional career reached its zenith. In 1992, He directed and starred in Unforgiven, a masterpiece that deconstructed the very Western myths he helped create. It won him his first Academy Awards for Best Director and Best Picture. A decade later, he did it again with $1 Million Baby. He was a cinematic master, but his family life remained a puzzle. After Locke, he had a relationship with his Unforgiven co-star, Frances Fisher, with whom he had another daughter, Francesca. He then married for a second time to news anchor Dina Ruiz, 35 years his junior, and had his youngest daughter, Morgan. Their family life was briefly put on display in the bizarre 2012 reality show, Mrs. Eastwood and Company, which offered a strange, filtered glimpse into the Eastwood world before that marriage. 2 ended in divorce. All of this brings us back to the central mystery, the one film he can't bear to watch. In 1970, Eastwood was a rising star, and he was paired with another Hollywood powerhouse, Shirley MacLaine. For the Western adventure, 2 Mules for Sister Sarah. From the very beginning, the production was a battle of wills. Eastwood, with his quiet, instinctual, let's-just-shoot-it approach, found himself in direct conflict with MacLaine, an outspoken, deeply analytical actress known for questioning every line and every motivation. Their personalities clashed dramatically on set, leading to what Eastwood would later describe as one of the most difficult and unpleasant working relationships of his career. For a man as famously restrained as Eastwood, calling an experience unpleasant speaks volumes, but the friction with his co-star was only part of the problem. He was also deeply disillusioned with the film itself. Directed by Don Siegel, who had become a trusted collaborator, the movie attempted to blend a serious Western with quirky, almost slapstick comedy. The film's major twist that MacLaine's nun is actually a prostitute in disguise struck Eastwood as contrived and silly, would undermine the grit and moral complexity he was drawn to. In retrospect, 2 Mules for Sister Sarah represented a time when he was still a hired gun, forced to make artistic compromises. It was a symbol of the creative frustrations he would later eliminate by taking full control as a director. A reminder of a time when he wasn't yet the master of his own universe. As Clint Eastwood prepares to shoot what may be his final frame, his legacy is as complex and contradictory as any character he's ever played. He is the icon of American masculinity, the minimalist filmmaker who changed the face of cinema, but he is also a man whose life was defined by secrets, a man who fathered a hidden family while crafting a public persona of unshakable integrity. The story of 2 Mules for Sister Sarah isn't just about a movie he dislikes. It's a window into the mind of an artist who values control above all else, and a reminder that for some legends, the most dramatic stories are the ones that happen when the cameras stop rolling.